Class 10 Chemistry, Chapter 10, Study of Compounds, Nitric Acid. Good morning, students. So this is the formula for nitric acid and this is the structure, and this arrow you can see it is showing that the bond between this nitrogen and this oxygen is a coordinate bond, which means that the lone pair present, one lone pair which was present over this nitrogen in this molecule was donated to this oxygen. So you know that one electron is there, one electron is here, so both the electron they belong to nitrogen only. So now that nitric acid in combined state, it is found in this form. Okay, so we can make nitric acid from sodium nitrate, calcium nitrate and potassium nitrate, and in free state it is found in the form of the rainwater. It is found in rainwater. Okay, and how this reaction occurs, how this nitric acid is formed, that is after lightning. Let us see. So here you can see nitrogen which is in atmosphere, oxygen which is in atmosphere, when they react at this very high temperature, and from where this high temperature is coming, it is produced during the lightning discharge. Okay, so at that time molecules of nitrogen and oxygen combine together to form nitric oxide, and this nitric oxide again will react with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Now you know, when this nitrogen dioxide dissolves in the rainwater, okay, in atmosphere I'm saying, so when it dissolves in rainwater along with the oxygen, they all combine to form nitric acid. Initially this nitric acid was also known as aqua fortis. Now students, let's see how this HNO3 is formed in laboratory. So in laboratory we will make use of either potassium nitrate or sodium nitrate along with sulfuric acid. So this is the experimental setup. So you can see that in this flask or the retort, there is either you can keep KNO3, that is potassium nitrate, or sodium nitrate, and you will take concentrated sulfuric acid. The temperature condition will be somewhere less than 200 degree Celsius, or about 200 degree Celsius it will be there. Now after the reaction, a salt will be produced. If you are using potassium nitrate, then KHSO4 will be used, or if you are using NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate, then NaHSO4 will be produced. Okay, sodium bisulfate along with the vapors of HNO3. Now you can see the vapors will rise up and they will pass into another chamber or vessel, and there you will condense from outside. There is a spray of water, it will get condensed, the vapors will get condensed, and then nitric acid will be formed here. Okay, so these are the corresponding reactions, and you need to learn these reactions along with the temperature conditions. Okay, and this reaction is showing the thermal decomposition of nitric acid into water, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. Basically this question comes that why the color of acid of nitric acid, it is yellowish. So let us see. Pure acid is colorless, but the acid obtained in the laboratory is slightly yellow. The yellow color is due to the dissolution of reddish brown colored nitrogen gas in the acid. Now from where this gas is being produced? So it is being produced from the thermal decomposition of nitric acid. This gas is produced due to the thermal decomposition of a portion of nitric acid. Okay, so because of the dissolution of this nitrogen dioxide into the nitric acid, the nitric acid becomes slightly yellow. Now how can we remove this yellowish color of the nitric acid? So either by passing carbon dioxide through the nitric acid, it will become colorless, or secondly we can do by adding water, means by diluting the nitric acid with water, the yellow color can be removed. Now students, all glass apparatus which are used because nitric acid vapors attack rubber and cork. Okay, so generally if we are doing some experiments with the nitric acid, we should use only the glasswares. Okay, then students, this concentrated HCl could have been used in place of sulfuric acid, but generally we avoid using concentrated HCl. The reason is that if instead of sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, you are using concentrated hydrochloric acid, the HNO3 will be produced, but since HCl is also volatile, it will also come up over here and will go there. Now here you will be having a mixture of HCl and HNO3. Got this one? But sulfuric acid, it is not a volatile one, so whatever is rising, it will be only HNO3. So here you can see HCl is volatile and hence nitric acid vapors will carry HCl vapors. Now students, in this reaction you can see that sodium nitrate, here you can see when sodium nitrate reacts with sulfuric acid, and if the temperature condition is more than 200 degrees Celsius, then sodium sulfate is formed along with HNO3. Okay, but we have learned that in the laboratory preparation of HNO3, the temperature condition should be less than 200 degree Celsius. Okay, so we do not use this greater than 200 degree Celsius because it will form sodium sulfate, although HNO3 is being produced, but also it will form sodium sulfate. And what is the problem with this production of sodium sulfate? That sodium sulfate formed at higher temperature forms a hard crust which sticks to the walls of the retort and is difficult to remove. So here you can see if more than 200 degrees Celsius you are using, then sodium sulfate will form and it will stick to the inside of this retort and will form a hard crust, and which is not easy to remove. Okay, so we are using less than 200 degrees Celsius temperature. So this was one reason of not using more than 200 degrees Celsius. Then the higher temperature may damage the glass apparatus. Then decomposition of nitric acid can also occur and wastage of fuel. Since the HNO3 we can have at less than 200 degrees Celsius, then it is useless or wastage of fuel if you are using the condition of more than 200 degrees Celsius. Now let us see how this nitric acid is manufactured industrially, okay, or commercially. So the process name is Ostwald process. So it is the process of manufacturing nitric acid commercially. Commercially means on a large scale. So this diagram shows the production of nitric acid. So here you can see ammonia gas, that is NH3, 1 volume, and air, that means atmospheric air, is being used in 10 volumes. Okay, now they are passed through a platinum catalyst. Okay, now the temperature of this catalyst, you are putting it to be somewhere 800 degrees Celsius temperature of this chamber. Now after the reaction, nitric oxide will be produced. So this is the reaction, ammonia plus oxygen molecule, platinum, temperature condition is 800 degrees Celsius, nitric oxide, water and heat. The reaction is exothermic, that's why a lot of heat is produced. Okay, now the nitric oxide will be passed and cooled with the help of the water spray. Again air will be mixed, and in that air oxygen will be there. So you can see nitric oxide reacts with oxygen at 50 degrees Celsius to form nitrogen dioxide. So here nitrogen dioxide will pass in this last chamber, that was the absorption tower. Okay, so here in this absorption tower, students, you can see nitrogen dioxide reacts with the water and oxygen. Here you see when nitrogen dioxide will rise through these compartments, the water spray is there, means H2O spray is there, the NO2 reacts with water to form HNO3, and this HNO3 you can take it out from the absorption tower from this tap. So the layers in the diagram are of quartz stone, okay, and these quartz stone are packed in layers. Whatever the nitric acid has been produced through that Ostwald process, it is somewhere 50% concentrated, and it can be concentrated to up to 68% by the distillation process. You know the meaning of distillation process. That means heating this mixture and water will go out, it will get evaporated, and the 50% solution will become 68%. Okay, because there is less water, so it means the concentration of nitric acid, it will get increased, but the maximum concentration is 68%, which you get after distillation. By distillation process, the nitric acid cannot be concentrated above 68%. The reason is that at 68% concentration, it becomes a constant boiling mixture. Now, what is the meaning of this constant boiling mixture? It means if you keep on heating the 68% concentrated solution, the vapors will not come out. That means you are boiling the mixture at 100 degrees Celsius to take out the water molecule, but after reaching this concentration, the water molecule will not come out. Indeed, if you keep on increasing the temperature to 121 degrees Celsius, only thereafter the water molecule will come, but the problem is that the HNO3 will also come along with it. Okay, so at 121 degrees Celsius, they are saying it makes a constant boiling mixture, means both water molecule, it will evaporate at this temperature, and HNO3 molecule will evaporate at this temperature, and again the distillation process will be useless. Okay, the vapor will contain the vapors of that H2O, water, as well as nitric acid. So therefore we cannot concentrate the nitric acid above 68% by distillation alone. Some other methods we can use.